Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and welcome to the very first episode of Last Waifu Tonight, a podcast about waifus, geekery, and basically reasons for me to make an ass of myself. So, my normal video content. With me today, we have a few special guests. We have Richie Roberts and Calvin from PhatDogStudios, who have just
Hello.
released a brand new video today.
How's it going?
I'll let them introduce themselves.
Calvin, you go first, alphabetically.
Oh, okay. My name is Calvin Williams. I am one of the audio editors for PhatDogStudios. I do the audio editing for LogHorizon Abridged, One Piece Alabasta, and I did the first 4 episodes of that time I got Abridged as a slime. And I am also the voice of Ranka, the bestest boy. Yes.
Hi guys, I'm Richie Roberts. Wow, I do a lot of things. Most of the things that I do for PhatDog is writing. I write LogHorizon Abridged, Slime Abridged. I am writing a couple other projects that we have announced and more that I can't talk about. But I'm writing a Cells at Work one-shot.
Ooh.
And there's a whole bunch of other stuff. Yeah. That'll come out next year. We did announce that it's coming out next year, but we're going to do a live reading because that was one of the donations. So we're going to be doing a live reading of Cells at Work script in a couple of weeks. So it's a lot easier than having to make a full show.
Makes sense.
But yeah, on top of that, I write for an original series, and I'm the director for an original series as well called Infinity's Light. I'm also the director for Slime Abridged and the assistant director for LogHorizon Abridged. And going back to our original content, Calvin is not only just our audio engineer, he composes original music for for our 2 shows, Check and Infinity's Light. And we actually had a song that we did in episode 5 of Slime, and there was a song in episode 10 of LHA. Both of those were arranged by Calvin and put together, and all the music stuff that goes into any abridged episode, Calvin has it.
That's correct.
Yeah. I think we've plugged just about everything we need to plug. Oh yeah, PhatDogStudios, PHAT. What am I thinking? Oh no, Tony.
I was kind of wondering how long it would take that to come out. I mean, don't worry. I'm sure there's no video evidence at all that anyone said anything incriminating or didn't say that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like this is on YouTube or anything.
Also, if you don't know, Airier has reacted to our stuff, so you should check out his reaction videos as well.
No, you don't need to plug me here. Anyone who drops by for this one already knows that I shamelessly shill as it is, so.
That's okay. We shill
Thanks,
back
though.
for you. That's the beautiful part.
Nice.
Absolutely.
I feel like I should say something about shilling together, but that just seems way too British for me to go. Okay, I got my laugh. I'm good. Good for the year.
I'm not gonna. I'll shill for you, but I won't simp for you. That's where I draw the line. I'm not gonna be your simp.
Aw. Well, there goes my plan. Everyone has a plan. Mine doesn't work.
Everyone has a plan until you get kicked in the face.
Ah, yes, my favorite plan, kicking people in the face. Unfortunately, I have terrible reach. Also, not flexible enough in the slightest. Now, I'm not saying a corpse has my flexibility, but at least it can stand up straight. I just kind of exist.
It is a level of rigor mortis that we can only aspire to. Yes.
I will loosen up when I die at this point. All right, so we should probably actually get to the waifus about this one. I'm going to start off with something I'm sure you guys never expected, a question about waifus. I'll throw the first one to you, Calvin, if you don't mind, because we might as well go alphabetical. Who is your favorite waifu, and what series are they from?
Oh, you're going to make us think.
Hey, it's a show called Waifu, or Last Waifu Tonight.
That's why.
It'd be weird if I didn't.
I mean,
I should have expected this.
Suffer. If you're willing to pass to Richie, I guess we could throw it to him, but we'll ask double question next time. Also, before I forget,
you'll be in double jeopardy next time, Calvin. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh crap.
It's not simply picking a series. It's like picking the waifu that I think is best. Oh man. See, there's plenty of really good waifus. I just don't think there's any many husbandos that are deserving of them, and that's the sad part.
I technically have one husband, but I'll wait till it gets to me because I can definitely, since this is I pull this together, I can definitely just cop out. I mean, make a tactical retreat. I mean, make you guys go first. I mean, ask you politely to go first while I think about what to say.
Sure. This wasn't a ploy at all. No.
No. Yeah. Yes. Completely. Definitely. Yes.
I love it. I love it when you go on a podcast and they throw their guests into the fire.
In my defense, you should know I'm an asshole by now. So.
In my defense, I was left unsupervised. That's the real thing.
So that's what happened when I walked away.
Seems to be a running theme here. Running theme for us.
See, I'm trying to think who would be good to actually have as a wife versus, what anime characters I want to sleep with, because that's a whole separate subject.
I mean, you can do both. Just make sure we know which one. Wink, nudge, nudge. Say more, say no more.
I mean, if it's just for the sex, 100% Nico Robin.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, why Nico Robin over say like Nami even?
Number one, Robin's more mature. Number two, she can duplicate parts of her body. Really? You haven't thought about that?
Oh
yeah.
I actually have never thought about that way.
Yeah.
Oh my.
But as far as like waifu material, I mean, I'm not a tsundere, tsundere fan.
Okay,
so
before you go any further, I need to say right now that is the most terrifying way to preface that.
Not a tsundere fan.
The only thing worse would be saying, okay, now I don't normally say I like yanderes. Tsundere is one step under that.
No, yanderes are kind of like, no, I'm not on board with that.
Well, usually if they're having their way, that you don't have a choice.
Man, I don't know. You know what? I think I'm gonna stick with slime for this one. So that time I got reincarnated as slime, Shuna.
Oh,
Shuna, the priestess ogre.
Kijin. Oh, I know. Yeah, the one who was one of the not ogres, but what were they before?
She's Kijin now. They were ogres before, but now they're Kijin.
Yeah, because Rimuru did its Rimuru thing.
Named him. Yeah, she became like a priestess or whatever. She was kind of
adorable. Oh God!
Like,
just a quick shout out to George Marsden in the chat. Thank you very much for the donation, man, and thank you for the wedding gift.
Donos.
Oh, right on.
Oh yeah. By the way, congratulations.
Oh yeah, for anyone wondering, Calvin, in case you didn't know, I'm actually getting married Saturday, so this is actually kind of like a just a thing I'm doing because why not?
That's right. All right, everybody donate to give him a ball and a chain.
Oh God, really?
Like a plastic ball and chain. Come on, we can do this. The community can come together and get this man a ball and chain.
I really hope Pretty Guardian isn't watching.
For just $5 a week, you can get this man a plastic ball and chain.
I just want to say right now, Pretty Guardian, if you're watching, I did not plan this out. I am so sorry.
I mean, to be fair, it is your fault that you brought Abridgers on. So
basically,
stupid
in my defense, I actually was supervised. Damn it.
You were supervised, did you ask me? Whoa. Was your supervisor drunk?
About the same as when they're sober, but I'm not going to talk about that one.
Then they're not a very good supervisor. All right. Calvin, have you had sufficient time to think of a waifu?
Oh, God.
Yes.
Okay.
Winry from Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a very good one.
Nah, massive props for that one.
Yeah.
Now, important question. Are you talking more Winry from the first one or Brotherhood? Or manga, even? Also, Nate, thank you again as well.
I'm going to have to go with the original because I never made it through Brotherhood. And I'm really ashamed to see that. But
oh, hey, Nate. Welcome back. Nate was over at our live stream, our post episode 10 live. Kind of cool to see Nate.
Yeah, actually, I've noticed I've stolen a lot of your views. And also, whenever you guys go live, mine fall off a cliff.
You know you can watch both.
My God, you can have two channels open at once? What
I
is
know,
this
right?
blasphemy?
Unfathomable.
You don't want to see the amount of tabs that are open on my screen right now.
I try not to look at mine, mostly because every now and again, I open a lot of tabs for things I want to watch and do recordings of, and then every now and again, my computer decides, no, they're gone, no more.
People who actually know how much processing power goes into like a single tab on Google would have a freaking panic right now if they saw how many tabs I had open.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know, but I know enough that I shouldn't have any of them open while I'm processing videos, and yeah.
Case in point, more than 20 right now is how many tabs I have open.
Damn, you got me beat. All right,
After
so
about 10, I just
All
start.
right, it's yours. We've stalled long enough.
oh
It's
crap,
your
I
turn right
thought I can get out of this one. Okay, now normally I'm a massive Fate Grand Order fan, and oh god, Sith Lord Raven, thank you very much, man. And
Raven.
he said to the ball and chain. Also, thank you for the
Whatever,
distraction. I
Raven.
mean, yeah, what? Oh god. Oh yes, improv man. Yes.
I love the idea that like Pretty Guardian has found a player too.
Oh, dude, I'm stealing that line.
Like that is still my
Rated
favorite
M
cake
for
topping ever. Like
Lions.
there was a wedding cake, and had man and woman on it, and it said found player too. I was
Oh,
like,
dude,
that's-
if she hadn't already got something, I would steal that in a heartbeat.
it's so good, yeah.
Yeah.
All
All right, I guess
right.
I can't wimp out anymore.
No, I can delay you for a little bit more. Talking
Nah.
about waifus. I just realized, why didn't I think of this one? Tohru Honda from Fruits Basket.
I gonna have to admit this one. I don't actually know Fruit Baskets that well. Oh my god!
Well, you're definitely getting that ball and chain now.
So in the chat, Sebastian. Holy shit, man! Thank you.
Merciful crap.
50
Awesome.
freaking dollars. That's awesome.
Rated M for Muffins.
But yeah, the reason I bring up Tohru Honda is because she's voiced by Laura Bailey.
Really?
And what was really cool, I'm friends with Travis and Laura on Facebook, and when they got married, a couple of days after their wedding, they put up their wedding photos, and they had some of the goofiest, nerdiest wedding photos. Absolutely loved it. I think later that year I went to Anime Expo because I was doing press for it, and they were talking about Tiger and Bunny. This will show you how far back it was. But it was a panel for Tiger and Bunny, and before the panel started, I went up and I was talking to Laura. I was like, I just saw y'all's wedding photos. Those were effing amazing. And she called Travis over, and we just like, as everybody was getting ready for like a couple of minutes, we talked about their wedding photos and the photography, stuff like that. It was really, really, yeah. They actually had like a literal plastic ball and chain that she tied around Travis.
Oh god, they
and
actually had one.
Yeah, like they had props and stuff. It was great. And like they had a moment where like they looked like they were flipping off the camera, but they were showing the rings. And it was so cool. Like they're so goofy, nerdy, and I love them for it.
That
Like,
is literally the best thing you could say to make someone sound awesome.
Their wedding photos were freaking fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't know what your language barrier on here is, so I am actively censoring what I would normally
As long as you don't go into the point where YouTube will have to start canceling me for it, I think you're probably fine.
I just went with freaking instead of the other F word.
Oh, thanks God, man. Because if you had said this was fucking insane, I would have been like fucked up completely.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Fuck yeah.
I felt that way.
shit,
I
it's
felt
a-
that way with Chris Sabat when he came on for an interview for Fairy Tale at one point.
Oh.
I was like, we got to be on our best behavior, right? Because it's Chris Sabat, be good. And he just recently had his baby daughter, and I go, oh yeah, congratulations on your baby girl. And he goes, yeah, babies are awesome because you make them with sex. And as soon as he said that, I was like, he's one of us, fuck it. and we just stopped being polite. And we started being ourselves. And at that point, he was like, man, I really want you guys to come to Okrazon. We're like, oh, cool. We'd love to come visit. He's like, yeah, I could just keep you guys in a closet. And when I take people on tour, it's like, and this is my abducted podcast team. And we're just sitting there eating chips. He opens the door and we're like, hey, shut the damn door.
Dude.
And yeah, that'd be great.
All right. Now I got to, before I forget, I need to do this though. I need to finally admit to my waifu.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm a massive Fate Grand Order fan, as in way more time, money, more time, lots of time.
Mhm.
Seriously, way more than I should have put in there. So normally I'd say it'd be like Mash, the main characters, the main girl heroine, or Ereshkigal, who is literally one of the kindest, nicest characters in the entire game, and you literally are made to fall in love with her multiple times over years. Neither of them is my waifu. If I had to pick absolutely one, it would actually be Christina, and I'm going with the joke name, from Steins Gate.
Mm.
And yes, I am taking the alternate name, not the actual character's name. I just find it funnier. I'm a massive Steins Gate fan. I haven't seen Steins Gate Zero. I know it's out. I haven't been able to bring it because the first one was so perfect. It is literally my favorite anime, and she is such an amazing character. If I ever go to a convention and they have an obscenely overpriced figure of her, I'm going to probably piss off my future wife by putting more money into it than I should.
I can't tell you why. I can't tell you why. Because I don't want to. Because that would be spoilers for like the ending of LHA. But we did consider doing a Steins Gate one shot at one point that was tied directly to the LogHorizon Abridged.
Oh man!
I can't tell you why, but I can tell you that we did consider it. And for those of you that don't know, Slime is connected to LogHorizon Abridged. They're technically existing within the same. I can't tell you why either, because that's part of the fun. But yeah. A lot of thoughts and conceptions that people have about slime, and they're like, "Oh, that's how it's connected." I've very much been enjoying the fact that we fooled you into all thinking that. So thank you.
Yeah, my problem with slime is I'm so tempted to like do a massive like reaction and review video for them, but I know for a fact my YouTube channel will get slapped down so hard with all the copyright strikes.
It's not. I do encourage it, but talk with us first so we can help so that we can help you walk through the process, because we just uploaded Slime 2 on Tuesday.
I saw the video. Yeah, that's
and we're currently fighting directly. This time it's not bots. We're actually directly fighting claims made against us by Bandai Namco itself. Bandai Namco is like the worst.
For me though, it's always been Sony JP.
No. For some reason, never had a problem with NHK. They love us doing long
Really?
plays. Never had a problem with LA. NHK.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I'm mostly in the same boat. I think they might have claimed a few things, but they've mostly left me alone.
Yeah, it's mostly monetization. Here's the other thing you're going to like. If you're waiting to do slime reactions for YouTube, we literally cut the intro to nothing. So there's basically almost none of the original intro that exists for slime when you're watching it on YouTube. So we basically made it safe for reactors on YouTube, but if you actually want to see the full opening, you can watch it on the website. Because in the middle of each opening, depending on the episode and what the content is being covered, we make each opening for slime is different.
Oh. Hot damn.
Sorry, let's go back to talking about waifus.
Technically, Rimuru would count as a waifu.
You're not wrong. My son is missing.
I lost my son.
That was the best description for realizing you don't have a male gender ever anymore. It's like, I lost my son. I was like,
wait, that's what he was referring to? I mean,
he was referring to his junk. Yeah, he was like, I lost my son. My son is gone.
I thought maybe he just died with a son. I never realized, or ever saw reference again.
No,
he was talking about his dong.
He was talking about his wiener. He is the wienerless wonder.
Oh God.
Speaking of waifu Wednesdays, have you seen Rimuru's female form?
Why, yes. It is
I love that cursed hatter. Milim, that booty. And I'm like, yeah, but that booty looks really underage to me, so I don't know if I'd consider that. I feel very awkward every time they throw that ass in my face. I'm like, I don't think that's legal. Please stop.
All right, so I gotta throw another one at you guys, and this is going to be a hard one.
Go for it.
In terms of waifus,
Mm-hmm.
what is better, plot or backstory?
Okay, here's my real question here. Are you asking as if plot and backstory equals ass and titties, or are you actually asking for real? Because technically, plot and backstory can be the same thing depending on the show.
This is the ultimate cop-out answer, but yes.
Okay, so for ass and titties, I'm an ass man. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a good set of titties. I love a fleshy pillow. I'm not against it, but I'm an ass man. And
So that's why we get along so well.
that's nothing to do with the fact that we both love being creative. We're just a couple of ass men.
God.
Beautiful. If you're talking about actual story, God, that's so much deeper considering how much of a writer I am. They're both very, very important, but I guess I gotta say I like backstory more because it develops you get more character development from backstory than you do from plot. Yeah. So like,
Any
that's where I
specific
stand on the
examples?
story aspect of that. Oh God. Okay, so the plot of One Piece is to find the One Piece. Like that is the overall plot. But the backstory is Arlong Park. Like getting Nami's backstory. Like that developed Nami into much more of a character than she had been previously. Same with Sanji much later. I don't want to spoil that for people who may not be caught up with that. But like each person has their own backstory that makes them so much more interesting. Like Robin got an amazing backstory. Like everybody on there. Even though it was just for like one episode, Zoro's backstory was flipping amazing. Just learning why it was that he had this drive to be the best swordsman in the world. And I know I'm just referencing One Piece quite a bit, but it's because I truly believe that whether you like his art or not, Oda is like a master storyteller.
Definitely.
And I'm not the only person saying
I'm one of the
that.
people who doesn't really like his art style. I don't mind. It's just not my favorite. But even I
Right.
will fully admit he's a master when it comes to just tying together a story.
I think the craziest thing is like if you took freaking Masashi Kishimoto and let him do the art and let Eiichiro Oda do the story, no one could touch that manga. Because Naruto's art was fantastic.
Yeah.
But the story was what I would consider an 8 out of 10. Meanwhile, Oda's story is an absolute 10 out of 10. And his art is kind of like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah. How about this for a crazy combination? Oda for the general plot, both figurative and otherwise. But in terms of actual animation, how about Kyoto Animation?
Oh, Kyoto Animation for the actual animation itself.
Like the over-the-top beautiful everything.
That could be. I mean, it depends on if it's a one-shot. I'm all about it. But like,
Yeah.
if you're talking about a series, I'm gonna stop you right there, and I'm gonna see your Kyoto Animation. I'm gonna raise you Ufotable.
Ooh.
And keep in mind that Ufotable is the animation department that has put together a series that actually has broken One Piece record. If you guys haven't been paying attention to what's been going on with Shonen Jump, One Piece's records have been getting broken left and right.
Which records?
By Demon Slayer. Like most sold volumes in a given month or a quarter and stuff like that. Now, One Piece is still king worldwide. Don't get it twisted. One Piece just knocked out Batman for the number 2 spot of comics sold worldwide.
Holy crap.
Lifetime.
Oh, wow. And Batman's had a bit of an advantage just on decades.
Batman got knocked out, and One Piece is really close to catching up to first place. It's about to knock Superman out of contention for number 1. All it requires is 15. It's sold. And One Piece pulls some serious money. I mean, 2020 and what's been happening worldwide is not going to help with One Piece's sales right now, considering, a lot of people are not working during certain points of this year for good reason.
Yeah. It's like there's a crazy thing going on that we can't mention on YouTube.
You just can't call it by its actual terms. You can just call it the Rona.
Ah, yes, the Rona. The most terrible name for something horrible.
And
approve.
before anybody makes any jokes and stuff about it, I just want to let you know there are 4 members of the PhatDog like crew that have had the Rona. Or
Oh,
had
shit.
family
Are they
members that
okay?
had Rona at some point. One is recovering.
Okay.
Two, the family member and family friend unfortunately did not make it. And the other one currently is just now showing signs of it, and it's for a messed up reason, but we don't want to talk about her story on a stream. But
No, I understand. I won't push.
yeah, it's kind of messed up, but so when we talk about the Rona, know that we can joke about it, but we do very much take it very seriously, guys.
Dark humor does help with horrible situations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's how you have to process it.
Preaching the choir.
But as far as yes, I still believe that backstory can lead to stronger character development than.
See, we did somehow bring that back to waifus.
Mm-hmm.
That means Calvin, you're up next. Take the plunge.
So, plot versus backstory?
Yep. And an
Well, you
example.
already established that you're an ass man.
Yes. But I'm actually going to have to agree with Richie.
I knew there was a
kinda feel-
reason we worked so well together.
Oh, God.
Oh man, we cannot tell you the amount of like crazy ideas that Calvin and I have had together that have not seen the light of day.
Oh, God. Like what?
Oh god. Oh. Look, in our defense, we were unsupervised.
Oh, God.
Anyway, are we,
Okay, I gotta ask quickly. Is this the
Okay,
kind of
are we
thing that
gonna
I
talk-
will be held to account in court when they ask me about it?
No, nothing like that.
are we
I
gonna
have
talk
yet.
about-
I don't think I've yet asked Calvin to help me bury a body. Years.
No, not
Yet.
No, not yet.
Oh,
But
God.
this is how you know. But this is how you know he's a true friend. If the topic would be broached up, if the topic were to be broached, he would not say. He's already said, "I wouldn't say no." So there you go. That's how you know it's a true friend.
I've
You
made
need
my
to bury a
my
body.
stand.
Alright. But no, there is Calvin. There's something we can kind of mention. I don't want to talk about some stuff a little too early that we've been plotting, but like, surely there's one or two things that we could probably discuss that are okay to talk about, right?
No?
How about the thing that we discussed earlier on on our live stream?
Yeah, I'm like, if we talked about it on stream, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have this incredibly highfalutin idea.
Yeah?
If we can raise $75,000,
Oh?
Yes.
we
Go on.
are going to purchase a Boston Dynamics dog. It will be the official PhatDog mascot.
Okay, I need to ask just because I'm afraid I might know exactly what you're talking about. Are you talking about those running dog robots that are identical to the monsters from Black Mirror?
I don't know about. Yes, they did make a Black Mirror episode about the Boston Dynamic sort of dog, but yes, these are the smaller yellow ones, and you have direct control of it.
Yes.
Well, it was nice knowing you all.
literally, when I say you can walk this dog, it literally is basically a big Xbox
It's-
controller with like an
God.
LCD monitor on it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'd look it up. But yes,
It's
Robo
a remote. It's a remote control pupper,
Mm-hmm. Remote control pupper.
and we want one, and we have really grand ideas for what we want to do with it.
Like we can teach it, like literally, we can program certain things into it. Like we can get it to play certain music, and when certain music is played, it does certain movements and stuff like that. There's
Seriously, you
so
can do
much
that?
stuff. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, now might be a really good time to let you know that Calvin's day job is IT.
Oh?
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, I have a computer science degree.
Also that.
I can guarantee your degree is way more useful than mine.
And also, I'm a crazy mad scientist, so I have like ridiculous ideas, and I ask Calvin, "Could this work?" And he's like, "I think it could." And I'm like,
I gotta
Calvin,
do
stop
some research,
enabling me.
but but it may very well be possible.
No, I get
Right,
that. My stepbrother was a complete engineer
Mm.
who's a freaking genius, but I
Also,
just randomly throw ideas at him all the time just to bug him. And then he would actually
Cursed
find ways to
Hatter?
make them work. I was like, well, crap.
Cursed Hatter, I absolutely agree with you. Rory is top tier. If we're talking about all the females in Gate, Rory is my waifu.
Yeah, when it comes to the gate, although Pina Colada was actually a rather interesting character.
I'm not marrying a woman named Pina Colada. That's where I draw the fucking line. Like,
The other
no.
ones, though, no.
Like you couldn't even have the wedding march. Literally, when she starts walking down the aisle, do you like pina coladas?
How is that not a
That-
selling point?
Because she'd hurt me for that.
It would be worth it.
So would not, because I'd like to, I'd like to actually consummate the marriage later that night,
Just
Not
wear a
be
cup. You'll be
hunched over
fine.
and
You
pain.
mostly will live.
and not. That girl has some power. Okay. Anyway, then great. Then the cup will dig directly into my testicles. No, thank you. I know how this works. I understand physics, at least most. All right. Anyway, sorry, but yes, I absolutely agree with Rory. Top tier waifu. Whew. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about that.
On my end, when it comes to either plot or backstory,
Mhm.
I'm definitely a personality guy.
Okay.
Specifically, plot related. Yes. I just really enjoy whenever a character has a storyline that's quite developed, and you get to understand just what they're feeling and how they express themselves, and just being given a reason to fall in
So-
love with them through watching what they go through. It's one of the reasons
So-
why I like Fate Grand Order, because when they want to sell one of the new characters, they go and break your heart, and it's terrifying, but they do such a great job when they do it well that it
Sounds like
really
you, like-
sells the character.
Sounds like you have a top tier preference.
I cannot confirm or deny.
Mm. It's all about plot for this. Gentlemen.
Also, titties are nice. What?
I called it.
There's a reason why one of the servants I wanted out of Fate Grand Order was Passionless. Let's just put it that way. Mostly because the event made me want every character from that entire event, except for
mean, if you're
Kiara because
going-
she terrifies me.
If we're going for the Fate series, what's really funny is like I'm down with Ryder, female Ryder.
Which
from
one?
Fate's Day. From Fate's Day. or
Oh, Medusa. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, she's awesome.
Sorry guys, I only followed the main anime continuity of like Fate's Day Night, Unlimited Blade Works, and Fate Zero. I don't branch off the other stuff. Apologies.
How much do you know
I-
about the new anime movies for the third route for the basic Fate? Do you know about?
I have seen Heaven's Feel 1 and 2. Or Heaven's Wheel, Heaven's Feel.
Do you know how it ends?
I know it's quote unquote the best, even though it's also the darkest timeline. I'm like, okay.
That is a very one of many accurate ways to describe it, depending on which way they take it.
The darkest timeline. Oh, well.
Also,
Is the
if you like female writer, you might enjoy it. For reasons.
I've seen the first two. I've seen the first two movies. Yes. Yes.
And more.
Thick Medusa or Child Medusa? Thick Medusa. I don't do children. No. I. No.
Gotta draw the line, man.
Gotta draw the line, and it was between this side of the room and like it was a difference between not Jeffrey Epstein and Jeffrey Epstein, and I
Oh,
decided to be
God.
not Jeffrey Epstein.
I mean, when you gotta take one Epstein over the other, you definitely want to take no Epstein. It's definitely preferable to not have an Epstein.
I mean, I'm sorry to leave everybody hanging, but no Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah. Although, and this is going to be completely.
If you didn't already know from my abridged work, I have a very dark sense of humor. Leave it hanging. Hate to leave you hanging.
My God, you have a dark sense of humor.
I mean, some people don't get it, but I do.
I am shocked. I say, absolutely shocked. I have never guessed.
Called. No, what about I don't know. Jack the Ripper.
Oh God.
These are Fate series I have not seen.
Jack is from Apocrypha, and she's a little girl
Yeah, I've
who's also
heard tale
terrifying.
of-
She scares me.
Also, Shakespeare is apparently in it. It's a thing.
Yeah, he honestly
Okay.
gets kind of written off. It's unfortunate. Not my favorite series.
Ha ha ha! Shakespeare gets written off. I love the play there. That's beautiful.
Can we pretend I did that intentionally?
Can we pretend that I said I love the play there intentionally?
Rim shot.
Yep. Spin the globe.
Oh God. Yeah.
I could be here all day with it. Like it is both my day and night. It is both my day and my night job to do shitty jokes. So
I know the feeling. It's I do something
Right.
similar. Just usually mine are worse.
That's
Yeah, your jokes are funny. Like you and Calvin can do all the jokes because they're funny. I do jokes that are so bad people watch them to feel better about their lack of humor.
oh, don't get it twisted. I can absolutely do cringe jokes like hardcore. I just
Proof or it
it
didn't
hurts
happen.
me. It hurts me to do them too.
Such as?
The play.
And Richie knows my penchant for puns.
Do we need to take punitive measure to find out?
And Calvin knows my penchant for alliteration. I love alliteration.
Oh, God.
That's why we have like Richie's rants and Tony's talks and shit like that, because we love alliteration. So it's just so when you said Waifu Wednesdays, I was like, it's alliteration. I'm on board.
Yeah.
It was
Also-
hard to say no to that one.
And people have been
It
mentioning
was.
Cerberus in the chat, specifically Night Shatter Sims. And I'm pretty sure he's talking about that new game that just came out, Helltaker. Have either of you guys played it?
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Last game I played was The Last of Us 2.
Haven't got to that one yet. Not sure if I want to.
You should, despite all the negativity, you should go in and form your own opinions about it and not listen to what everybody else says. Simply put, go in, enjoy or hate the story based on how you want. There are people that will think one way or the other about it, but I honestly give it an 8 out of 10. The gameplay, the enemies were effing amazing. I think the story was good. It could have been great if it had been restructured to have certain parts happen at certain times instead. I think it would have gone better. But I can see what Naughty Dog was trying to do with the storytelling. And I'm not saying that everybody that dislikes the game is just a hater because of one thing or the other. I'm not trying to put groups. You like the story. If you didn't like the story, okay, cool. It's not for everyone. I understand. And it wasn't meant to be a story that I think everybody was going to like, because they straight out said The Last of Us 2 is based on hate.
Oh.
Hate is a very strong emotion that can get strong reactions from other people. But you know, it is what it is. And it's actually a funny story. After the initial negative reviews came in, now all the positive reviews are starting to come in. So the Metacritic score has gone up to a 6.
Okay.
It was at like a 3, and it's now gone back up to like a 6. And it's
Yeah.
still climbing.
My big issue with it, though, is that I still haven't finished the first game.
Oh yeah, you should absolutely finish the first game. Do not play the second one without playing the first.
That's actually the issue. Plus, I'm horrible about finishing games. I still have to beat
You too?
all of them.
All of them? Oh, okay.
I got a shelf full of games I haven't beaten. It's
Well,
not a
you
specific
know,
shelf. It's
whenever
just
you
the
feel
games
like-
I own.
Whenever you feel like actually jumping back into Destiny, let us.
Yeah, honestly, it was either going to be this or Destiny tonight, and this won by a pretty large margin.
Bro, either way, Calvin and I would have joined you.
Yeah, absolutely.
We both played Destiny. Yeah.
Yeah, although I am so far behind, my light level in Destiny was not even 400 yet whenever I stopped playing.
Calvin, don't you feel better about yourself now that you're almost 950?
No, I'm past 950.
Yeah, you are. You're past
976.
950.
Yeah.
Bro. Okay, so I'm
So.
in the nines. I'm at like 1062. So like it's crazy. Yeah. Which is funny. You'd think, oh my god, he plays all the time. I play like twice a week, dude. That's
No,
it.
I know how Destiny leveling goes up unless they changed it. It's really easy to get near the top, but getting to the top is going to take forever.
No, not necessarily. It's a lot easier to get power weapons now. It's Pinnacle that's the problem. Okay, so you've got three. Your soft cap is at 1,000 now, so it's really easy to get up to 1,000.
Ah.
Your hard cap is 1050, so it's just get prime Ingrams, and there's a new set of Ingrams that are seasonal for this season, and then there's um, ways to get powerful gear, and that will level you all the way up to 1050 gear score, which is the hard cap, and then the pinnacle, which is like do all the crazy tough stuff. That'll take you up to 1060. On top of that, you now have artifact that you can keep leveling up, and they'll give you a plus in your power as well. Right now, I'm sitting on like a plus 12 on my artifact.
Ooh.
So if I say, so I'm actually at 1050 on my gear, whereas I'm 1062 because of like, having that boost as well. So it's a bit like that.
Didn't they do artifacts kind of like that back at the end of Destiny 1? It's been so long, I honestly don't remember.
No, I don't think they did artifacts quite that way. The artifacts had bonuses and stuff that you could get from them, but I don't know if they boosted your power level or light level or whatever.
Yeah.
Ingram Stay Night? That's funny.
Yeah, that is pretty much epically Destiny, yeah.
Yeah, but Destiny, especially since they split with Activision, I think Destiny has so much more for the better. It's definitely a lot more RPG elements. And, Calvin, you're going to like this because I know you're getting it. When Beyond Light drops, they are, at least with the new subclass that they're doing, they're kind of going back to the old Destiny 1 model where you could customize your subclass individually.
Oh.
And if that goes over well with the community, then they're going to slowly start changing it to where you can do
it will go over well. It will go over well. I mean, I'm tempted to go back now, and that's...
And it's not just a super that they're introducing. It's going to be a brand new damage type that they're including with Solar Void and Arc. So you're now going to get a stasis subclass. Like if you did not check out the stuff that they dropped, that Bungie dropped for what's coming up over the next 3 years, because they talked about all the way to 2022 stuff, and there's some seriously cool stuff that's coming up in Destiny. And on top of which, they're getting rid of some old locations that aren't really used. So Nessus is going away. The first 3 raids are going away. Mars is going. Titan, Io, they're all going away.
What's going to be left?
They're taking them out of the live service and putting them into the Destiny content vault. And they're going to be bringing in Europa, which is the brand new area, and then they're bringing back the Cosmodrome in Destiny 1.
Oh, they're bringing... so they're shuffling back in the old sections.
Updating Destiny 1 content for the Cosmodrome, including the original strike and the story mission for the Cosmodrome. And they are...
okay, I need to ask. I need to ask this.
Are
they bringing back Vault of Glass?
Yes, that's what they teased.
Oh, hell. Oh, God.
They are teasing Vault of Glass and talking about bringing it forward into Destiny 2.
So
instead of Praetorians, you have champion Praetorians and stuff like that. So as cool as that will be, I want them to bring back the Dreadnought and give me back Kingsfall, because I honestly think the Taken King was the best con.
Honestly, yeah, Taken King was the best raid because you just had to work well, but it wasn't overly punishing of mistakes, kind of like the Leviathan was, because you could take a decent team in a Kingsfall as long as everyone kept on guard. You could make it a good run. I found Leviathan. No.
They also said that 2021. Okay, so this one is called Beyond Light, and then in 2021 the expansion is going called The Witch Queen, and it's all about Savathun. So it's like the sister of Oryx.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's really good stuff. And then 2022 is called Lightfall, and the icon for it is literally the Traveler, and then the Darkness Pyramid on top of the Traveler, like in front of the Traveler. Cool.
Kinky.
If I were to pick a waifu in Destiny, that is not my character, because all my characters,
doesn't everyone do it that way?
If I'm playing a character that I have to view in third person, it's going to be female, because if I've got to stare at a butt, I'd rather it be a butt I like.
Yeah, no, I did that.
That was actually my reasoning for creating my character.
Ass man.
I made the mistake of taking a male character the first time around, but for 2 others, I took female because, it makes a difference. Also, I asked everyone in the chat if there was any questions they wanted to ask us, and the first one up was, who is the best girl in High School DD?
High School DX. Oh, man.
I've been told you're not supposed to say the X. I've been repeatedly told I'm saying it wrong.
Oh, is it like Hunter? Oh, is it like Hunter? So
maybe. I mean, I was just calling it DPA because it pisses people off.
Here's
That's
the
just
thing.
me.
Do you say family? Do you say Spy X Family or do you say Spy Family? How do you do that?
I say Russians.
No, I'm talking about the manga Spy Family.
Oh.
Here's the plot. Here's the plot synopsis. Father is a spy.
Yep.
The mother is an assassin. The daughter is a telepath. They're all hiding their secret identities from each other. It's a marriage of convenience for everybody. It's
how does that work with a telepath?
She can read minds.
But how would they hide anything?
Oh, she knows. She knows that her mother's an assassin, and she knows that her father's a spy, but they don't know that she can read minds.
Oh. Well then. So, Calvin, Richie, which ones do you think are best for High School DxD or whatever?
I have not seen High School DD. I've had a lot of people yell at me for this.
Really? Yeah. So then the only things you would know about would be the outside reference material.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I've been really, really busy. Please don't crucify me. I just got to the point that I'm reading new anime. Like, in my time off, a lot of what I have to do is prep for, like, what I'm working on. So, like, literally, I'm reading the Slime light novels so I can know what's coming up. So I know what I should be, I know where the story's going so that when I start writing the abridged episodes, I have a little bit of like, oh, this is where they're going. So, but, I
gotta say that just quickly, the fact that you said don't crucify you for DxD, considering it's a show about devils, really, dude, a bit on the nose there.
Oh, I didn't even know that. My bad. Yeah, see, this will show you. That tells you how much I know. I have no clue.
Honestly, I'm kind of surprised you haven't been exposed to more of the off-brand content because there's quite a bit of it in and out of the show.
I know that there's titties all over the place, but like I said, I'm an ass man. So.
Yo, Richie, real talk. We should have had Badass Billy Gunn's theme like playing softly in the background every time we talk about ass.
I'm just saying.
Every time we say I'm an ass man, you just hear in the background, boom, boom.
Oh God.
Or you just hear Al Pacino, a great ass.
Hey, if it works.
Oh man. But yeah, I'm sorry guys. I do want to talk about some manga that I think should get an anime that I think people check out and are a bit underrated. Richie, will you make a new One Piece Abridged? I am not in charge of One Piece. We are doing an episode 4 of One Piece Alabasta Abridged, so I hope you're excited about that. I'm not in charge of the One Piece stuff. That is Doger and Cody and Tony. They all write that together. Tony directs it. I put music to it. Like, I'm the one that gives the music because I have, like, a crazy One Piece soundtrack.
Actually, about the music, I think at least in episode 3, I specifically in my review mentioned that I thought the music was pretty good and fitting. I think. It's been a while since I recorded it.
Episode 1, let's see. In episode 1, I did the thing of I had the Kingdom Hearts desert music from the Aladdin level put in there. It was so good. And if you didn't pay attention, there was also a moment where I had like an epic orchestral version of the Arabian Nights. Like, oh, there were so many jokes that we put in it. Like, I treat music in an abridged as its own kind of character. I was like, if I can make a joke with music, I have done.
Honestly, that's the best way to look at it. It gives more depth to the actual show.
Whereas with LHA 10, the music was straight out of character and it was not funny.
Oh.
Like, this time we purposely, like, with the exception of a couple of scenes, the music was there to create atmosphere. But for scene 1, the music was absolutely there for the joke.
See, this is difficult.
That was just straight up for the lulls.
That was there for the lulls. and
See, right now,
specifically for
you
that.
guys are torturing me here because I haven't seen this yet. I need to go see this, but I haven't
It
had the
came out
chance.
like a couple hours ago. You're absolutely forgiven for not seeing it.
Well, I mean, just because I take forever to actually get to something and review it doesn't mean I don't like to actually record it right away.
Oh,
I should
yeah.
fix that.
There we go.
Okay.
But LogHorizon Abridged episode 10, if you did not know, is live on our channel. So after this, please hold on.
After this. But like real talk.
Please support your
this-
Airier. We do.
Yes.
Yes, please support your area. He paw.
He
Mostly
supports-
because he
Well,
puts way too much into
you-
fake
Well,
Grand
here's
Order.
the thing: if you watch more PhatDog content frequently, we promote you more, and then you get money fast. Saying.
Yeah, to be fair, you guys did ask, and then a lot of people gave me comments about Ball and Chain. Seriously, I really hope Pre-Guardian doesn't see that.
Oh, she's gonna.
Dear, if you're still watching at this point and you're just looking for more incriminating
Oh,
material,
speaking of which,
I'm sorry.
texting Pretty Guardian now. No. They're like, how did you get her number? Like, Calvin works in IT. I'm prior military. I have friends that work for the feds. I'm like, come on, how do I not have somebody? No.
oh,
I work for a
God.
phone company, so
There you go.
there's things I could tell you and things I could
favorite
that,
monster Musume.
Oh, that's
I'm gonna have to go with the Snake Girl. I'm gonna have to go with Snake Waifu because she's just the most adorable out of all of them. Like, I guess first waifu, best waifu. I don't know.
yeah.
Now if you were asking me who's best girl in Monster High School, probably best girl is the Dulahan, but waifu is 100% the succubus teacher. Like 100. Come on.
See, I can't speak for Monster Musume because unfortunately I haven't seen it. But when it comes to the Monster High School, that one, there's a different name for it, but I forgot it. That one I have seen. I love it. And yeah, the succubus teacher, I cannot remember her name. Suki, maybe? She was amazing, especially how she had a crush on the guy because she thought the main character didn't feel the charm. And then he just keeps a straight face until she leaves.
Right? It was so funny. Okay, gaming waifu. I forgot to mention Destiny. My favorite, if I were to pick a waifu in Destiny, it would probably be Halliday. I like a girl that can fix up my ship and can fix up a sparrow. Like any girl,
She is
who
pretty
like,
awesome.
a grease monkey. You could build me a car. You are waifu material.
Yeah, that was kind of my reasoning behind Winry.
Honestly, it's a valid
if
reason.
I hurt myself, auto mail.
She's an engineer. She's automatically all right with me.
There it is, right there. If you want to date Calvin or I, be an engineer. Engineers are hot.
Yes.
On my part, I think it's pretty close to yours. I'm going, not in Destiny, but for Nier Automata 2B.
Okay.
The first robot waifu you get in the game, and she's a very interesting dress. Love that self-destruct feature.
There is a mod in RE3 where you can play Jill as 2B.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a mod in the PC version. Like, there's a lot of PC mods.
Oh, damn,
Some
that
of
sounds
which
pretty cool.
I can't stream.
Suck, yeah.
Yes, guys who are about to start asking, yes, I'm going to be doing my 18+ run of modded RE3. It will be on my Discord. I'm doing
Nice.
it. I can't stream it because I'm not streaming on Pornhub, number one. That's just...
From what I've heard, it actually works out pretty well, and they're very fair.
Oh, are they? Well,
Really?
Yeah, I've actually heard really good things about people doing regular videos there.
Well, I meant like if I did an 18+ stream with like nude mods. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Okay. I do it
Also,
on
apparently
Pornhub.
there's an
I didn't
entire
even know what
brand
they
of
did
Pornhub
streaming.
content where you literally just make very clean videos, but give them horrible titles.
Oh no! I absolutely know about that. I love what's his name? Wholesome
Ryan Creamer?
Pornography. Yes, Ryan Creamer.
Oh, you know the guy.
Literally, it's him and Asa Akira sitting on a hotel bed watching a show and talking about it. I'm like, wholesome porn. I'm like, oh my god, it's so funny. I love that dude. It's so good. Okay, but if we're talking just gaming in general, waifu gaming, is 2B your overall general waifu, or
With
you
how
just
hard
keeping
that
kind
game
of
hit
that
me,
game?
yeah, she takes the cake off all games for me. And there's a lot of
Right.
competition considering Tifa's a thing. And
Jesus, why'd you have to mention Tifa?
I could have mentioned Aerith, but that just brings a lot more bad memories.
No. I mean, Aerith isn't even the best waifu in 7. And if we're just narrowing
Let's be honest, we all know it's
just,
Sephiroth.
if we're talking about just Final Fantasy, Tifa's not even the best in the Final Fantasy franchise.
Yuna?
Like, I honestly think Terra is a better character than Tifa, but that is me. All right, so my first Final Fantasy, and the one I'll always have love for, was 8. And I don't care how much people don't like 8. That was my favorite one, and honestly, it was my first one. It's not my favorite. It's my first one, and I honestly think 8 is better than 7. I know that's blasphemy to some, but my favorite story of all time is probably Final Fantasy X. Character, story, all of that. Like, I literally love 10.
I'm going to agree with you on this one, but only because that was the first Final Fantasy I played. It was one of the first video games I ever played, so...
But if we're talking about Final Fantasy waifus...
Yeah?
Oh my god. Probably Dagger.
Dagger?
Yeah, Dagger from Final Fantasy 9. You can play as her for a while. She's the princess, but she changes her name to Dagger when she's with the crew. But yeah.
All right, going to take a little heat for this one. I actually don't know much about Final Fantasy 9. I never played that one.
Okay. It is available for like crazy cheap if you own a Switch, or might be on PS4 as well. Because I know they released 7 and 8 as the originals as kind of like remasters for like $10 or whatever. And I know that Switch is like, if you've got like Super NES stuff and things like that. Well, technically it was on PlayStation 2. 69 was. So I'd check on PlayStation if you have PlayStation. But like, look for Final Fantasy 9. You can't find it there. I'm sure there's freaking ROMs for it somewhere on the internet.
Probably around, yeah.
FF9 was a return to kind of like the cartoony stuff that they did originally before 7 came out and everything, and then 10 kind of was that.
It doubled down on all the really dark, depressing stuff.
Well, yes and no, but also, I mean, there's not a single Final Fantasy that doesn't have darkness and depression all over it.
Yeah, especially like I remember when they put out the very first Final Fantasy on Game Boy, and God, it's been years since that happened. It took me forever to beat it because I suck at video games in general, but when I finally did, it's just one giant time loop that you created. It's like, holy shit, it's your own fault.
George Marston, FF9 is on phones in the Google Store, which is crazy.
Really?
That's crazy that it can fit on a phone. It was 4 effing discs on PS2.
Yeah.
Like, God,
I mean, it's even crazy when you realize a smartphone has more processing power than the Hubble lander. Sorry, not the Hubble lander, the lunar lander.
The lunar lander. Yeah. Well, I mean, you're talking about like 60 years ago.
Yeah, but we have more in our pocket than they took to the moon.
Okay, we're in the 1920s. Can we seriously bring back jazz and swing music now? I really want jazz music to make it.
Are you implying jazz ever stopped being cool? You monster.
It never did, but unfortunately, people stopped paying attention to it as much. Jazz needs to make a comeback in a big way.
Well, I mean, technically, Netflix is doing that live-action version of Cowboy Bebop as long as they have Tank as the opening song. I'll be fine.
If they don't, I riot. If they don't, I riot. 100% I riot.
Yeah, like that's the necessity. They need Tank for the beginning.
Case in point, we're doing our part to help bring jazz music back. Calvin and I created a jazz lo-fi theme for one of our original projects called Infinity's Light. It is actually a character theme song. We call it Lo-Fi Jazz to Invent To. Because the character that it's made for is basically kind of like a tiny Tony Stark.
Would you be opposed to me playing it in the background?
It's Airier. Yeah, that's Airier stream. That's his call, I guess. We can play it for you later if you want.
Okay.
If you don't
Maybe later. I might actually want to check it out on my own. Jazz is always awesome. Okay, so someone in the chat, Cursed Hatter, asked about Grand Blue waifus. Now, this one I really can't comment on because other than some interesting art, I've never seen it.
Really good. I can't remember her name, but the knight chick. God, how is it I forgot her effing name? But the knight that actually freed the main girl, her best waifu, top tier waifu.
See, I've seen an abridged of it, so I actually kind of know who you're talking about, but I'm completely
Yeah, go.
swapping on names on this one.
Also, the little dragon thing that flies around is the same voice as Happy from Fairy Tail.
Really?
Same voice actor. Yeah. It's adorable.
Did they get typecast or something?
She does a lot of those type of voices, yes, but I mean, at
Oh,
the same
she
time,
did.
she gets paid. She ain't worried.
Yeah, hey, good point.
Is it big band jazz or more limited? I mean, jazz is jazz, bro. I'm down with all of it.
Same.
There's a lot of jazz coming back into hip hop now, and I'm loving that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you'd be surprised how many hip hop artists are like deep into music. Like they dive further into music than most musicians out there that are popular now. Like there are hip hop.
To be fair, when you get into the pop music, that not everyone's actually good at music.
No, that's also true, but a lot of it's like corporate made and shit like that. Like it's a machine that's making it basically. But
Yeah.
like a lot of hip hop artists out there, the reason why they sample from this or that or the other is because they've been out there listening to all this stuff. They check out different genres. There's a huge reason why Cowboy Bebop is beloved in the hip hop community, and there's a lot of people who love freaking Yukon.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. I mean, it does seem to fit.
I
Also,
would
and I can't believe I
would
didn't
also
bring this up
encourage
sooner.
You to check out nerdcore rapping, which is
Nerdcore?
basically, yeah, you'll find a lot of like nerdy rappers out there. One of my favorites is Richie Branson. He raps about Gundam.
Oh God.
Yeah, like literally, he was talking about Gundam Wing, and he named all the different Gundams and actually got them to rhyme. It was so good. He was like,
I need to go check this out.
yeah,
Like that.
it was.
That sounds crazy enough that I'm legitimately interested now. Also, before I forget, and this is very important.
Sandrock Shenlong Wing. No, okay. Sandrock Shenlong, Death Scythe and Heavy Arms, Wing Zero Tall Geese, and don't forget that Epion. And I'm like, bro,
Damn.
how do you do this? How do you do what you do?
Dude.
Good night.
All right, and again, I definitely need to say this before I forget. We're on a thing called Last Waifu Tonight, and we haven't even brought up the best waifu in anime, Speedwagon.
How dare?
I know what I said.
You can't sit there and say stuff like that. Like, why would you say something so controversial yet so brave?
I'm a rebel.
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to be imperfect cell right now and go, well, good for you. You're wrong.
We can agree that you're wrong as well.
I mean, I agree that you're entitled to your incorrect opinion. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, but that's the thing, though. Obviously, science indicates that if you believe that you believe something, then you believe that you have the correct belief because you believed it. So therefore, you're right.
But you're also simultaneously wrong because Schrodinger's cat.
Yes, but the thing about Schrodinger's cat, you have to pick it up and see if it's actually dead yet. And the best way to do that
Case in
is
point.
just never to open the box.
Case in point, I can already prove you're wrong because Sarah's Victoria.
You make a very compelling argument, but Speedwagon's still awesome.
I'm just saying. See, I'm just saying. Sarah's Victoria.
I'm having a hard time counterpointing this.
I see your Sarah's Victoria and raise you female Alucard.
Okay, that was creepy, but mostly because it's Alucard, so technically accurate.
But you're dodging a bullet there. Rows of teeth, like a shark. Oh my god.
Oh god. Yeah, the abridged of that.
Don't you even think that we don't quote that all the effing time, dude? We have quoted more TFS stuff than we quote it way more than
God. Okay, I need to bring it up. Apparently, someone has voted. Thank you, Defective AI, for the donation as well. But
Bruno?
they have said Bruno is the best MILF from JoJo Golden Wind.
Okay, there is a JoJo reference in LHA 10. That's
You have sunk low, I see.
Yes.
Is it some
I
guy
don't know,
going,
man.
"Oh my god"?
Oh no, man. Best MILF in anime. Oh no, man.
It's definitely not JoJo's wife or his mother.
Oh Jesus Christ! Oh Jesus
From
Christ!
second
Here's
season?
another one. Talking about waifus of anime, and we were talking about Cowboy Bebop, and nobody brought up Faye Valentine. Really?
Honestly,
I
for
thought
me, she's
about
never
it.
really a waifu just because she always just seems so sad. which is weird because that's not her character except near the end. But it made such a big impact. I always just less waifu and more just protect. And
all right, if you go into her flashback when she had just woken up and everything, girl could have easily been top tier wife.
Oh, yeah.
If that dude hadn't fucked her over like that. Top tier. 100.
Yeah, she got really screwed over by life. Way more than most.
Oh, yeah.
Like, even in anime, a lot of the characters who have really sad backstories, they get the resolution at least. Her story arc ended with basically losing everything a second time of her own volition because she was so pissed and broken by everything that happened already.
Faye is okay.
It's a Faye
right.
to encounter.
Okay. Faye, okay.
Ed. I don't know. The second you did that, I just heard Ed in my head, like entirely in my head. It's just Ed at her
Ed
computer being weird.
Ed in your head?
Yep. There's probably a pill for that.
Edward Long Paparu Tibaruski the Fourth.
Oh, Edward Wang Hao Pipalu Tibuski the Fourth.
Ed made it herself. Ed's not a boy. Ed's a girl. It's like... Okay, Yoko is nice in Gurren Lagann, but she wouldn't be my waifu.
Mostly because if she kisses you, you die.
I mean, there's also that. But, like, no, the girl that I think would be waifu was Simone's wife. Can't remember
Nia?
her name now. The princess.
It's Nia.
But Nia, thank you.
Yeah, no,
Nia
I'm
is
obsessive
waifu.
about that show, so yeah.
I fuck it. Well, then you're really gonna love one of the songs that showed up in LHA 10 because we did.
See,
slide-
this right now, this is making it hard to
did
continue to
slide-
stream and not
we
just go immediately
slid-
watch that.
We slid 2 Gurren Lagann songs into it. And here to make it even better, one of the Gurren Lagann songs is the background when Menu is talking. So there you go.
Is it by any chance either...
I'm not telling you.
Oh, I want to ask, but I'm afraid you
not
might actually
telling you,
answer
I'm not
too.
gonna
And
say yes. No, I can confirm neither yes nor no. That's all I can say.
that makes it so much harder. That makes it so much
Maybe
harder.
it's Schrodinger's cat. Maybe it is and it isn't. You don't know. So welcome to PhatDog's torture area.
Yep, that seems about accurate. Yeah.
So
Also-
get your reaction video stuff set up, because apparently you're gonna watch it after this.
I can either confirm or
dude,
deny
man,
that,
so
but if my reaction looks a little drunk, you'll know why.
I did actually take. Oh god, it's on an old ass account of mine. I've had like 4 YouTube accounts, but it's on an old account of mine, where I took freaking audio that I'd recorded for a commercial, and then the commercial that they actually put me in, I took the audio and I changed the song for the actual one. It was one of those ones where a guy's walking by and he's listening to headphones, and he's listening on beats, and everything's kind of exploding around him and stuff. But I didn't think the music quite worked the same, so I literally changed the music to a Gurren Lagann Ro Fight the Power song because it fit
Nice.
so much better. Yeah, it was great. And friggin', it's the dumbest thing, but you know, you get an idea in your head and it won't go away until you do something with it. You know,
It be that way sometimes.
it do be that way sometimes.
All right, so if we're going to do, excuse me, if we're going to do a waifus, we need to at least hit one really classic anime that I'm sure you've all definitely heard of, and I'm not completely pulling out of my ass because I think it's just funny. Bubblegum Crisis. Anyone here heard of it?
Heard of
Wait,
it? Haven't seen it.
Bungo Stray Dogs.
No, Bubblegum Crisis. It's an older anime. It was actually
Bubblegum Crisis. Yes.
You've seen it.
Wait, Bubblegum Crisis 2044? Or
Yes, 2044.
2044. Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
god! Do you know
I've
how
seen
rare it is to find anyone who's seen that now?
You know how rare it is to find somebody who even knows what Golden Boy is?
I actually do know what that is. I never really enjoy it myself, but I know it.
Study.
Oh my god!
It's literally you could just rename it to Chasing Pussy 101 and that would not be
I thought that
inaccurate.
was the English translation at first. Apparently, it was a fan dub,
It
but
wasn't.
still.
It's Golden Boy. It's just Golden Boy. But yes, I've heard of. Yes, I have watched Bubblegum Crisis 2044. Dude, there was a. I mean, it's been a long time. I haven't watched it since I was in the military, so probably about 2003 was the last time I saw it. But yeah, I saw
Dude.
it. Bro, I'm old. It's okay. I don't mind dating myself.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Nah, I know that one completely. But one of the things about that always stood out as amazing, at least as far as dubbing goes, they had a bit of commentary on the DVD because I bought those all the time when I was younger. That's why I never had money. But they talked about how they changed lines in the American dub that were so good, they were changed to reflect it in all the dubs for all the other countries. It was just one of them where the main love interest for one of the main characters, the detective, he's like, those damn lightsabers, I need a coffee. Or give me a coffee. There's some random line about coffee that he completely ad-libbed and they just made it fit. Oh, fucking A!
But if you're talking about changing a dub entirely, no one can hold it. Jesus Christ, Revan. And that's why I am an executive producer for PhatDog, so I don't have to be tortured by the wait for new content. You're not kidding, bro. He is an executive producer, which basically means, or a producer, which basically means he's one of the $100 tier donors on our Patreon. He gets access to the LogHorizon and Slime servers. So when anything happens, because how I do it is I'll write a script, and once the script is finished, I post a link into a script links channel on the server, so all of my actors can immediately go look at the script and stuff, see who they would like to audition for, stuff like that. But all our executive producers can see it. When actors turn in lines or turn in auditions, they can listen to those. When we start putting up drafts for stuff, you can't talk in the director editor chat. They cannot talk in it, but they can see the stuff that's posted there and they can go watch it. If they want to watch the first draft of the visual edits for a show that we're working on, they can do that. But yeah,
that's actually something I wanted to ask you about. How much do they change between the first draft and what you finish up?
If I'm putting LHA 10, because that's the one that's like in my head right now, it's the freshest one. If I'm comparing that, there's actually a major difference between what's in the script for scene 3 and what actually came out 3. Most of the dialogue we took it out because it did not work with what happened. And we felt that the scene worked much better without the dialogue. When you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But there's a lot of stuff that changes from revisions. But I mean, there's some things where it's like, a visual edit right here would be better, or hey, we missed this, or hey, this isn't quite right. So typically, and this isn't too abnormal for us, we ended up on a fifth draft for visual edits.
Yeah.
The LHA 10 was the exception to prove the rule for audio, though, because we only had
which way
3. We only had 3 drafts of the audio this time around. We
only 3,
have like 5. We only have 5.
Were people just really on par, or did you know what you want right off the bat?
Well, it kind of helped that the first draft that Calvin put out was so effing amazing that not all that much had to be done. But we had a lot of things that needed correcting. We needed some pickups. We needed some new lines here and there to kind of filler. So we got that done. And while that was happening, because it took a couple of days, I'm the guy that adds the music to most everything on PhatDog. And so I'm going through and I'm grabbing music from this is a very game-centric soundtrack for LHA 10. So we had a lot of Final Fantasy 15 music, Gears of War, Gurren Lagann. There's a lot of stuff in there. We had one Legend of Korra song, and only for 2 scenes did we use LogHorizon. Most of the time we use the LogHorizon soundtrack and just let it kind of go. This time we decided to shift it more in a gaming narrative, and we kind of almost created an AMV for one scene. Basically created an AMV with sound effects and stuff in it going on. And that was also a gaming thing because that's technically a League of Legends thing. But yeah,
Did you see the League of Legends promo for the 2020 season that dropped in January?
I think I did, but I'm not entirely sure
It,
because I don't follow League very well.
they did a female cover of Warriors.
Really?
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
good.
like epic
Oh.
orchestral version of Warriors with from Imagine Dragons, but done with female voices and stuff. We ended up using that for a scene, and it was effing amazing.
Hmm.
But I started adding like background music and started picking background music and timing out where it worked based on the first draft because so much had gotten done over the first draft of sound design that I was able to go ahead and start adding music. So by the time we got to draft 2, we had all the music and stuff, and it turns out that the only reason we needed a draft 3 was because we needed to raise the volume in a couple of places for different things or
Oh,
lower the
yeah.
volume in others. So it's just a little bit of messing with the mix, and that was it. See,
I
draft
can
2
speak,
was
at least from
effectively
my own experience on
about everything.
audio issues.
Mm-hmm.
I hate audio balancing with a passion.
You
Not something I'm good at,
probably,
but
but you probably also don't have a lot of the same a lot of the same like, programs and stuff that
oh, not even
the
close. Like mine is super easy by comparison to anything you're doing.
yeah. Well, to be fair, Calvin kind of has his own little studio kind of set up. So
Yeah, I've been like a bedroom musician for like the last I don't know how many years. I just
Oh,
I just
damn.
sit I just sit in my bedroom, write music, play my guitar, and just f around, which is why I was surprisingly well suited to do audio edits.
and
Ah.
then on Tuesday, right? And Tuesday night, you're a living room DJ.
That's right.
Literally,
Oh,
literally,
nice.
yeah.
No, literally. Like, I'm part of a, community internet radio station, and I do a music show every week, every Tuesday night.
Oh, wow. What's it
Because
called?
it's called Lush Vibes Radio.
Where
And
can we
it's on
find it?
It's radiofreebrooklyn.org. Tuesday evenings, 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern time.
Oh. What kind of stuff do
Yep.
you run?
So, a lot of R&B and pop, and then I get into um, house music, soundtracks,
Mm-hmm.
basically whatever the hell I'm feeling. The basic premise of Lush Vibes Radio is not a particular genre, but more of a particular sound texture that ties all the songs I play together.
Kind of a chill thing. Didn't you play? Hold on. I could have sworn last night you were playing something that was Japanese because I swore I understand words that somebody was saying. I was like, "That's Japanese. What are you playing, Calvin? Can you play
There
something
were
else?"
two songs from two South Korean artists that I played last night.
One of them said some Japanese words. That's all I'm saying. But
Okay,
that
I
May
wouldn't
need
very
be
to
well
the
be
ask.
first time.
true.
That would not be the first time that a Korean musician has done J-pop or
Yeah.
just Japanese. Boa.
But
Oh,
yeah,
God, Boa.
Yeah.
Yeah, my fiance is a massive fan of hers. And, Calvin, I need to
Which is
ask
funny
because you mentioned it. Have
because
you ever played
if it
Pamu
wasn't
Pamu?
Boa. Hmm.
what was that?
My girlfriend, I guess fiance, no, soon to be wife. I will not be forgiven if I don't ask this, even more than everything earlier in the stream. Have you ever had
Mm-hmm.
any reason to play Pamu Pamu? She's. Just imagine Katy Perry if she did a lot of drugs.
No, I haven't.
I have not.
Actually, a better way to describe it is imagine Katy Perry videos if you were doing a lot of drugs while watching them. That's what her videos are like.
I don't think I can get high and horny at the same. That.
You might feel like you did if you watched them. Let's just put it this way: one of her music videos was a Jesus onion with a machine gun.
Hey,
Huh.
It's weirder than you think.
I'll bet. But yeah, going back to Boa real quick. Boa is actually responsible for a lot of what's going on in K-pop right now. Like, if it wasn't for Boa, there would be, it's like she pushed. Like she's responsible for a lot of that stuff. She is kind of the queen of what goes on in the background of K-pop right now.
So
She's
essentially,
made
she would
so
be
many
the Beyonce of
connections.
the genre.
No, because she's not actively singing. She's just kind of promoting the genre. She's kind of like the Simon Cowell, but not
Oh.
an asshole.
That would be a big plus.
It's like a nice Simon Cowell. Like she uses her contacts to promote what she likes and stuff like that. She's made a lot of contacts over the years. So basically, she works behind the scenes to promote different promote groups in the K-pop.
Huh.
Like no, not Boa Hancock. BOA. I would definitely say check out her English album. She did an all English album.
Huh.
So did Hikaru Utada. She did an all English album.
Well, actually, the thing about Hikaru Utada, that's not odd for her because she's from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Which I just
Really?
find hilarious that apparently when she went over, I think I saw an interview where she said she had a Brooklyn accent when she started doing Japanese videos.
Yeah, she's originally from Brooklyn, bro.
No
Yeah.
idea. That's where I'm from.
Yeah. Honestly, when you mentioned you were from Brooklyn or like Brooklyn radio, that's what got me to even think about it.
Go.
Mhm.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, she's from Brooklyn. Man.
It's why she does like the covers of a lot of the Kingdom Hearts songs in English as well, because that's just
Yeah,
normal.
she does them in English and Japanese. Yeah. Of course,
Right.
that's where most people found out who she was through Kingdom Hearts.
Guilty.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, goodness.
All right, one last question, guys, before it gets too late. And this is actually something that came up in the chat a while.
That is my J-pop waifu. Yeah.
Ha! Okay, and 1 second, I have to change. What? I wasn't just taking that answer. This came up in the
No,
chat a bit.
I'm kidding. It's not actually Ayumi. It's Nami Amuro, 100%.
Ah.
Yep.
Okay,
All right, go ahead.
but yeah, this was in the chat, and this is gonna be a very easy cop out one.
Go for it.
Best waifu from My Hero Academia.
Best waifu from My Hero
Academia.
Academia.
Not to be too
Okay,
easy,
this one's gonna
but
sound kind of fucked up. This one's gonna sound kind of fucked up. Toga.
you're right. That does sound kind of fucked up. You got to explain this one, man.
Couple of years older, because I legal. But she's crazy. But like, how much she cares about the people that she likes, I'm down. Toga's a sweetie. Like she's psychotic, but she's a sweetheart, and that's basically me with tits. Psychotic but sweet. Yeah.
Not bad. I
I
mean,
like-
I've heard
I
worse
like-
reasoning, so it makes sense.
I like lovely, crazy people. Also, who in this world is sane anymore? Come on.
That is
Richie's
a valid
kinda disturbed.
way to look at it.
Richie, it's kind of disturbing how similar how similar our tastes in women are. It's getting to the point it's frightening now.
My Hero Macadamia. Oh no.
I guess I should probably
Right
say
here.
for everyone watching right now, this is actually not 3 people on this entire podcast. It's just me talking to 2 variations of Richie Roberts. One is himself, the other is his alter ego, who is a radio DJ. They're actually the same person. They just haven't realized it yet. It's kind of awkward how they kind of switch off mics, but I wasn't supposed to tell anyone. It's a complete surprise.
My-
I know I shouldn't have said anything.
My alter ego sounds way more black than.
God.
Why do you sound so much more? Oh, I'm sorry. The Hollywood term, urban. Guys, it's okay to say black because not all quote unquote African Americans are from freaking Africa. Okay to say black.
Thank you.
And I literally had a black man tell me it was okay to say black. Got that straight from another black man. He's like, really, not all of us.
Just keep it simple, y'all.
Keep,
That's all I'm saying.
keep it simple, stupid.
All right. Well, I'm probably going to get this one. I don't actually have a favorite waifu from My Hero Academia. Yeah, I can't really choose.
It's My Hero Macadamia. Go nuts.
Oh, I wish I had thought of that.
Well played. Well played.
I mean,
Yeah, Cyberdog,
That's why I get.
congratulations.
That's why I get paid the small bucks.
Normally I would agree with you, but yeah. Sith Lord
the channel
Raven?
gets paid.
Yeah.
The channel gets paid well, and we're able to up production because of it. Me specifically, I get paid the small bucks.
Hey, whatever works.
Yeah.
I've seen the content you guys put out, and I have no complaints. You're all very talented, very, very good at what you do, and the overall production and just the speed you guys put out new episodes is insane.
You hear that, guys? He thinks you're talented.
Nah, talented would imply you're just good. I think you're actually skilled, so you earned that shit.
Shit. Thinks y'all are skilled. Way to go, guys. Can't wait to jump in there and be like, Airier thinks you're all skilled. You're not wrong. They're all skilled. They're all skilled. You're not
seriously, though, thank you.
No problem, man.
Like, the amount of hours I put into LHA 10.
Jesus. Yeah, he was working on that for 2 weeks. All right, you got to understand.
2 weeks?
2 weeks on just the audio. On just the audio.
Just
2
the...
weeks, yeah.
Oh, my God.
That's how good. And now you understand why the audio quality was so good when you hear this. When you watch this episode, you're going to be like, oh. And it's like, yeah, it's because we've been working on this 2 weeks solid, bro.
I remember earlier on, like around episode 4, you had issues with the audio, but it disappeared after that.
This is why patrons are so important to a productions, from a production standpoint. Literally, you want to know how long we actually started working on the actual episode, from like audio, from visual edits all the way to final draft? For episode 10, which by the way is 21 minutes. Episode 10 is crazy long. Like, it is our longest LHA. Do you want to know how long it took us to do that?
I'm going to take a wild guess here. 3 months?
1 month.
One!
Yes, we got that done in 1 month.
And here's the thing. We were recording for LHA 10 while we finished episode 9 of LHA. And right after we finished recording LHA 10, I had to move over and start directing and recording for Slime 5. So we're doing Slime 5, LHA 10, and One Piece 3 all at the same time. Slime 5 came out, next day it was One Piece, and then 2 weeks later it's LHA 10.
Hot damn.
It was literally like that. Slime 5 and One Piece 3 came out back to back, like literally. One day it was Slime, the next day it was LHA. Back to back, Monday and Tuesday.
I think I remember getting notifications about that too, yeah.
Jeez, man, it was crazy. And people are still yelling at us for not putting up a download for Slime, and I'm like, dude, we're not gonna let you download our episode. Like, no.
Wait, people actually asked for that?
Yeah, people have asked us directly for that. We still get yelled at because an episode is like blocked, like we have some kind of power over that.
No,
like,
that I get. I get those same. Yeah, I get those comments.
The number one thing that pisses me off is, why can't you upload Slime to YouTube? People upload Slime clips all the time. And I'm like, yes, there's pirated clips of Slime everywhere on YouTube. I don't know how they get away with it. That pisses me off.
Nah, like I just got hit by a copyright strike just this morning from a review I did. Like, not even just the reaction part, but the full video, including the parts that were just me talking to the camera, from Sony, because I did Yaro Shien's newest Fate Zero.
Real, which Yaro has Yaro plays Michikata in ours, which in our LogHorizon, which last episode, LogHorizon Abridged episode 9, was like his best episode because he really got to like go for it, and I think he really killed it. And I don't think a lot of people really realize this. We made Michikata gay, like straight up, we did, and not like gay as like a joke, like he's just a gay dude. So when Shiro goes, "Oh, you still remember the last dick you sucked?" they thought he was being insulting. No, he was like literally talking to him. He's like, "Oh, what was when was the last kiss? Oh, that's sweet. What was his name?" That's not insulting. He's like, genuinely, his first kiss was with a dude, but that's okay.
Oh.
And you could have taken it either way, but Michikata's gay in our version. And we're not making a big deal out of it. If I didn't say anything, most people probably wouldn't know.
I wouldn't.
But that's kind of the point. It's like, how do you write a good female character? How do you write a good gay character? How do you write a whatever? All right, here's the thing. Their gayness
is not a character type.
Being female does not define who they are. They're just
That's just an aspect of what they
Mhm.
are. Start by writing a good character, and then add like female traits for a female character, gay traits for a gay character, but don't go over the top with them. Don't try to shove them down anybody's face.
Hmm.
For as much hate as The Last of Us 2 is getting about some things, uh, what's really funny is they wrote some really, really interesting characters who just happen to be also like Ellie is a lesbian, but like
But that's
that's
been
not
established for a while since the DLCs,
that's not
though.
all that defines her. Well, they don't hide it as much this time around.
Yeah.
But that's not what defines her. Ellie is defined by Ellie, and then her being a lesbian is part of that. And much in the same way that like, there are other characters that have certain aspects of who and what they are, but those are just aspects of who and what they are.
Yep.
They start by making good characters. I gotta give it to Naughty Dog for good character work on this.
Mhm.
Whether you like them or not, they put a lot of work and time into the characters. I don't think there was a lot of lazy character design and writing and stuff there.
Yep.
But I mean, some people are probably going to find whatever.
And on that note, guys, I think this is where we have to call this one because it is getting really late. And honestly, this is probably the high point for us. We had a great discussion. We went through the waifus, went through a few waifus, a lot of plot, and we had a really good discussion overall. So I'm really glad you came, Calvin, Richie. Thank you guys for dropping by, especially really short notice for this one.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for having us. I appreciate it.
I highly recommend if you would like, ask Tony and Doger to come on next time. I did let people know that we were doing this before we ended the live stream for LHA.
Thanks for that, man.
And I did let them know. I was like, hey guys, reach out to Airier or have Airier reach out to you, whatever, to get you all together so they could show up for the next episode. They would probably have a lot more to say, especially when it comes to specifically anime waifus and stuff like that. I watch a lot of anime and I read a lot of anime, but like, and I probably could have immediately named a couple of waifus, but very, very like, I wouldn't necessarily say obscure, but like it's not. It is definitely one of those underrated kind of things.
Okay,
like
now you're just giving us a challenge. What is it? Come on, man.
Favorite anime waifu of all time?
Yeah.
Oh God, I know. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna type it out instead of saying it. Not the name.
Oh. Where are they from?
I want to make sure I got the. I want to make sure I got the name done. Azuki Miho. Azuki Miho is
Sounds
my
familiar.
favorite waifu of any anime whatsoever, and and she is one of the characters in Bakuman.
In what?
Bakuman.
That the name sounds familiar, but I'm pulling a massive blank on this one.
It is literally all right. Bakuman is a series about a couple of middle schoolers who begin making manga for Shonen Jump.
Oh, I know the one you're talking about.
It is created by the two people that made Death Note.
But
And it's such a departure from like how dark and everything Death Note was, and then you get
What?
this. It's still an amazing effing story with like all of the detail and work that they put into, like you can see that this is the two guys that did Death Note, but it's like it's kind of a lighthearted story about
That
making
is-
manga. It's so good.
I was not expecting that. I'm going to put
And
that right up there with
Azuki-
big surprises, like finding out the guy who did
Azuki-
Hitalia did a Nantucket Slice of Life.
Well, okay, here's another one. They did a live action series, and the guys that played the two main characters in the live action series are both from the live action Rurouni Kenshin.
Oh.
Yep. The guy that plays the artist is the same actor that played Kenshin in the live action Kenshin series, and his partner who writes the story in the live action was portrayed by the same actor who played Sojiro in the Kyoto arc.
Oh, wow.
Which is my favorite arc in Kenshin. Like, that second major arc with Kyoto was.
From what I've heard, and for even myself, that is always the best arc. And mostly because I've never seen the third one, so I can't compare it.
I'm gonna sit here and say that I'm not a fan of Natsuki because of what he done and what he got arrested for, but I'm not gonna hate on Rurouni Kenshin because it was a good series, It also gave us Oda, because Oda was an assistant on
Wait, really?
Rurouni Kenshin before he wrote One Piece. Yeah.
Oh, I
Believe it or
actually
not,
wasn't aware of that.
there's actually a character that gets kicked in the stomach and he spits out a bomb, and that bomb has a Straw Hat pirate logo on it.
Oh,
Stolen-
I
It has
I
the
need to go
Straw
find
Hat
that now.
Jolly Roger. It's in there. It's so cool. And then it gave us the live action Rurouni Kenshin movie. So I'm not gonna hate on Rurouni
Yeah.
Kenshin, but I am not a fan of Nobuhiro Watsuki. So yeah, man. Just if you don't know why, you can look it up. I'm not gonna talk about it.
All right.
It's not good stuff. That's
Yeah.
all I'm gonna say.
And on that note, though, guys, I think this is exactly everything I wanted to get out of this podcast. This was awesome, and thank you guys for a great time.
Oh, before we go, I
Yeah?
did say I wanted to do this really quickly because I wanted to shout out some lesser known manga. I did shout out
Ooh, yeah,
Spy
go.
Family earlier. Uh, Bakuman is my favorite manga right now,
Yeah.
but there is a new series that is coming up that is, oh my god, it's only 9 chapters in.
Yeah.
It's on Shonen Jump, and it is already with just 9 chapters, it is in a strong running to knock out Bakuman. It's called Time Paradox Ghost Rider. I can only give you a plot synopsis of stuff that happens in the first chapter.
Okay, let me just ask, how good is it
this
on a scale of
struggling-
1 to 10?
It's fucking 11.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's so good. There is a struggling mangaka who's getting constantly rejected. This kid is like 24. He's trying to work for Shonen Jump.
This sounds way too relatable.
He gets he gets home. He's about to give up on his dreams. Lightning strikes his microwave, melting his toy robot, freezing his refrigerator sealed, and kind of melting bits of the microwave
Oh,
and
God.
the robot together, right? Well, the microwave dings, and he opens it up, and there's a Shonen Jump from 10 years in the future.
What?
He reads it. He reads this series in it called White Knight. It's really, really good. Like, it's crazy good. And then it disappears. Him, waking up in the morning, thinking it's a dream, has to write this story down before it disappears from his head, because it'd be such a crime not to do that. Turns it in, it immediately gets approved for serialization. And you find out that he gets confronted by the author, who is in the middle of beginning this series and putting it together. And she confronts him to find out how he freaking found her stuff and if he's plagiarizing.
Okay,
And it's
this
not just this
I
one
need to look
copy.
into this, man.
It keeps popping up Shonen Jump from like 10 years in the future. It's so good. And what I've told you isn't even like, that's just like first chapter, maybe a little bit of chapter 2 stuff.
Oh, dude.
There's some more interesting twists in here that made it go up even more for me.
Dude, I'm a massive Steingate fan. You had me at time traveling microwave.
Yeah. So it's kind of like it's a little bit like Bakuman meets Steins Gate.
See, this I gotta go watch. I gotta go listen.
Making-
I gotta go
making
read this
manga-
now.
Literally, you're making manga with a time traveling microwave.
Dude.
Will this go up on will this go up on Spotify? Sebastian wants to know, this podcast.
No, because I have no idea how.
But guys, if you want to check that series out, just go to viz.com. Cannot say enough. Please support the official Shonen Jump app. It's really cheap. It's not crazy expensive. I'm an abridger, so of course I'm going to push you guys to support the official release. These people work really, really hard on their stuff, and they deserve to be seen in the ways that it was intended.
Yep.
People got to make a living. Also, really quickly, in case you didn't know, My Hero Academia will be back with its new chapter this week. They were on a break last week as they had to change things around for the Rona. So as of this chapter, My Hero Academia will no longer be done analog. It's all going to be done digitally.
Oh.
It trips me out that
Right
there are
on.
still people that are doing analog. One Piece is still analog, which means pen to paper kind of stuff.
God,
Now
Oda's doing
they're
that by
all using-
hand.
Now they're all using well, I mean, all of it's still being drawn by hand. It's just some of it's digital.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Also-
that's the cool stuff. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just before I forget, for everyone watching, Calvin, Richie Roberts, PhatDogStudio guys, they're amazing. Check them out. If I haven't already, I might have forgot. There is a link to them in the description. If this is a podcast and I've put it up anywhere else, cool. Future me actually figured out how to do that. Nice.
Yeah.
If I haven't, future me, you're an idiot.
And if you want to know what the digital manga creation thing is, there's a channel called Paulo from Tokyo. Just look up Day in the Life of a Japanese Manga Creator. Really, really cool. They actually talk to one of the fastest mangaka out there, and he does his whole studio's digital. It's kind of it's kind of an interesting look if you want to know how manga gets nowadays. This is only like, it's not even a year old. It was November of last year.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, Calvin, anything you want to say?
Thank you for having me. Check out my radio show if you have a chance. Love Tribes Radio. Tuesdays, 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern Time, radiofreebrooklyn.org. And watch LHA 10 if you haven't already. Put a lot of work into it. Bunch of fantastic surprises, and yeah, just watch it, and definitely want to get your opinion on a particular song towards the end. And that's all I'm really gonna say about that.
You guys just keep dropping spoilers. I'm just temptation.
Yeah, I feel like this whole episode is just, let's torture Airier for not having watched it.
Welcome to my channel. That's what every video seems to be. I do this willingly. I don't get it.
I swear, bring us back next month when we don't actually have anything that's just dropped. Like, August is kind of the chill month for us because like we were in overdrive for the last 3 months getting stuff together. All right, you think about it like this: we put out 5 episodes in the last. We have LHA 9.
Oh yeah.
Slime 5, One Piece 3, LHA 10, and then what else? We did one other thing. Maybe? I don't know. That was over the last 3 months, though. We put out 4 things in the last 3 months.
Damn.
Crazy.
And no wonder I'm so wound up right now.
We're like,
no,
we're
you guys are in that exhaustion.
We're supposed to be working on something. Oh, what? We don't have anything to work on. What is this nonsense? It feels so weird to not have that.
Yeah. So for everyone watching, thanks guys. Thanks for sticking around. For everyone who donated, thank you very much. Also, seriously, you guys are insane. Thank you. Richie, Calvin, thanks guys.
Thank you.
And for everyone who just watched this entire podcast or listened to it, thanks. This is the very first episode of the Last Waifu Tonight podcast, and definitely not going to be the last one. See you guys later.